Grandmother loved stories. Her voice, a warm embrace, filled our childhood with pirates, fairies, and talking animals. But she was gone now, her rocking chair empty, her book of fairy tales closed. Or so we thought. One night, long after her passing, a whisper slipped through the cracks of our dreams. It was her voice, filled with the echoes of 1,000 bedtime stories, beckoning us back to the attic, back to her rocking chair, back to one final tale. We climbed the creaking stairs, drawn by the promise of her voice, a spectral echo resonating from a realm beyond our understanding. The air grew colder as we neared the attic door, the scent of dust and old paper stirring memories of her presence. The attic door creaked open as if sighing a tired welcome. Moonlight spilled through the grimy window, painting silver streaks on the dusty floor. And there it was, Grandmother's voice, a low whisper that sent shivers down our spines. It emanated from the rocking chair, swaying gently, though no living soul occupied its cushions. The voice, once warm and comforting, now carried a spectral chill, a whisper from beyond the veil that both terrified and compelled us to listen. Each creak of the chair, each sigh of the wind through the attic's eaves, seemed to amplify the ghostly narration. We huddled closer, a mixture of fear and fascination holding us captive to the sound of her voice. The attic itself seemed to lean in, its wooden beams groaning under the weight of forgotten years and untold stories. Each creak and moan was a testament to the passage of time, a symphony of the past echoing through the present. It was a place where shadows danced with the dust motes, where the past whispered secrets to the present. The air was thick with memories, each particle of dust a fragment of a story long forgotten, yet yearning to be told. Grandmother's voice, laced with an otherworldly echo, filled the space, weaving a tapestry of dread and anticipation. Her words were like threads, binding us to a history we could barely comprehend, yet felt deeply within our bones. She spoke of a forgotten kingdom, a place shrouded in mist and legend where a young queen ruled with grace and wisdom. This queen, though young, possessed an ancient soul, her reign marked by both beauty and sorrow, her story a haunting melody that lingered in the air. Every gust of wind that rattled the attic window, every groan of the old house, heightened the sense of unease. It was as if the very structure of the house was alive, breathing and whispering along with the tales of old. We were no longer in the familiar attic of our childhood, but in a liminal space, caught between the world of the living and the realm of the dead. This attic was a threshold, a gateway to the unknown, where the veil between realities was thin, and the whispers of the past could be heard clearly, guiding us through the shadows. The tale unfolded, each word a brushstroke painting a picture of ethereal beauty and creeping dread. The young queen, Grandmother's voice whispered, possessed a magic mirror. A gift, some said, from the fae folk who dwelled in the forest beyond the castle walls. The mirror, it was told, could reveal any truth, answer any question, show any place in the world, or any event in time. But magic, as Grandmother always warned us, often came with a price. As Grandmother spoke of the mirror's power, our gazes were drawn to an old tarnished hand mirror resting on a nearby table. Its surface, clouded with age and neglect, seemed to shimmer faintly, as if stirred by an unseen breeze. Grandmother's voice seemed to falter, her words becoming fainter as if she were fading from our grasp. Each syllable she uttered felt like a wisp of smoke, vanishing before we could fully comprehend its meaning. The rocking chair slowed its gentle sway, and the shadows in the attic seemed to retreat, momentarily losing their menacing dance. The once lively attic now felt like a place suspended in time, where even the air seemed to hold its breath. We strained to hear, our hearts pounding in our chests. Every creak and whisper seemed amplified, as if the house itself was trying to communicate with us, urging us to listen more closely. The silence stretched, broken only by the creaking of the old house settling around us. It was an eerie, almost sentient silence, as if the house was aware of the secrets it held within its walls. Then a soft thump, like a book falling to the floor, drew our attention to the foot of the rocking chair. The sound was subtle, yet profound, breaking the stillness like a pebble dropped into a calm pond. A thick, leather-bound book lay open, its pages filled with faded ink and strange symbols. The cover was worn, and the edges of the pages were frayed, hinting at its age and the countless hands that had turned its pages before us. It was a book of fairy tales, but not one we recognized. The illustrations were haunting, and the stories seemed to whisper of forgotten times and places. This book, we sensed, held stories far older, far darker, than any grandmother had ever shared with us before. It was as if the book itself was alive, holding within its pages the echoes of ancient voices and long-lost tales, waiting to be discovered. The ghostly voice resumed, stronger now, as if drawing strength from the ancient book at our feet. The queen, consumed by curiosity, consulted her magic mirror relentlessly, seeking knowledge of the past, present, and future. But with each whispered question, each glimpse into the mirror's depths, a darkness crept into her heart. The mirror, it seemed, demanded a piece of the queen's soul with every revelation it offered. As we listened, the tarnished hand mirror on the table seemed to pulse with a faint inner light. We held our breath, daring to imagine that we might see a glimpse of the queen's reflection, a fleeting vision from a distant time. Grandmother's voice grew hushed, filled with a sense of impending doom. The queen, she whispered, became obsessed with the mirror, neglecting her kingdom and her people, her mind slowly unraveling with each whispered secret, each glimpse into the abyss of knowledge. One night, as the queen gazed into the mirror's depths, desperate to uncover a truth that had long eluded her, a horrifying realization dawned upon her. The reflection staring back was not her own. The attic seemed to grow colder, the air thick with a palpable dread. The single ray of moonlight illuminating the hand mirror flickered, casting grotesque shadows on the walls around us. The voice, now a strained whisper, revealed the horrifying truth. The reflection in the mirror was not a demon nor a monster, but the queen's own soul, twisted and corrupted by the magic she had so recklessly embraced. With a blood-curdling scream, the queen shattered the mirror, but it was too late. Her soul, fractured and lost, was claimed by the mirror's darkness, leaving behind only an empty shell of the ruler she once was. The rocking chair began to rock violently, as if an unseen force were struggling to break free. Fear rooted us to the spot, our gazes fixed on the chair, our hearts pounding in our chests. The voice faded once more, leaving behind a chilling silence. The rocking chair stilled, the shadows retreated, and the attic, for a moment, seemed to be nothing more than a dusty, forgotten room once more. But the story, like a splinter in our minds, refused to be ignored. The book lay open at our feet, its final pages empty, waiting to be filled with our own interpretations, our own fears. Had grandmother, in her final moments, reached across the veil to share this chilling tale? Or were we, caught in the grip of grief and imagination, crafting our own ghostly narratives from the remnants of our childhood fears? We left the attic that night, the weight of the story heavy on our hearts. The air was thick with the echoes of the past, and each step we took seemed to carry the whispers of those who had come before us. The world seemed different, somehow. The line between reality and imagination blurred, the shadows holding the potential for both comfort and terror. Every corner seemed to hide a secret, every shadow a story waiting to be told. It was as if the very fabric of our reality had been altered by the tales we had uncovered. Grandmother may be gone, her rocking chair silent, but her stories, like whispers from beyond the veil, continue to weave their magic. reminding us that even in the darkest corners of our minds, the power of storytelling, like the echo of a loved one's voice, can never truly die. Her presence lingered in every creak of the floorboards, in every flicker of the candlelight, a testament to the enduring power of her words. The next morning we returned to the attic, hoping to find some tangible proof of the previous night's experience. The anticipation was palpable, each of us silently praying that we would uncover something that would validate the surreal events we had witnessed. But the book was gone, the hand mirror was gone, and the only sound was the gentle creaking of the old house, whispering its secrets to the wind. The emptiness of the attic was almost overwhelming, a stark contrast to the vibrant stories that had filled it just hours before. It was as if the house itself had decided to keep its secrets hidden, leaving us with nothing but the haunting memory of a night that felt like a dream.